the PlayStation VR 2, which we've known about for quite some time now. They finally dated it for February the 22nd next year, 2023, and it's going to retail for $550 US. That is for the base unit and the controllers. There's also a bundle that includes the game Horizon Call of the Mountain, which is $600 US. So another $50 upcharge there. But for the base unit and the two controllers, it's going to be $550, which that has sent kind of shockwaves throughout the industry, as far as I think everyone's experiencing some sticker shock.
Yeah.
Looking at that price, like, whoa, okay, there. It's not great. Because the headline is it costs more than the PS5. And of course it does. It's a fact. So that's not a good look.
Yeah.
I thought going in, I think the prognostication was, my hope was 400, but I thought it would probably be 500. So this is really kind of right in that realm, with maybe a little bit of recent economic turmoil driving up the extra 50, maybe, who knows, whatever. That's an odd, 550 is odd to me, but anyway. The original PlayStation VR, the one that came with the headset and the two Move controllers and the camera, was also $500. So when you think of it, it's like, well, it's not too much difference actually, because you're getting a lot of good stuff with the new controllers specifically, and with the headset, obviously, lots of bells and whistles and good specs there. I think the problem is just that there's a couple of problems here. Is the library of games, I don't think, is as promising as many had hoped.
Yeah.
We don't know how Horizon Call of the Mountain is going to be. It could be a Half-Life Alyx type experience. True. It could be garbage. We just don't know. And there's a lot of games that have been out for other VR headsets. So it's a lot of regurgitation, and there's nothing really truly exciting there. For PlayStation VR 2 owners outside of Horizon. So the prospect, the cost and everything is just too steep in this economic climate. Maybe I think this would have been better back in 2016 when the original PSVR came out. It's like, okay, here's the specs and it's $550. I think we've all been okay, fine.
Yeah.
Now in this climate that we're in with inflation and everything else, and our grocery bills going up, our power bills going up, whatever the case, I don't know that 550 is going to fly after you probably just recently or semi-recently just got a PS5. I don't know. I don't know where. I think friend of the show, Josh Broccolo over at the Backlog Breakdown, he's been skeptical of Sony's whole approach. And now that it's kind of here and we're seeing a lot of the details, I kind of have to agree with him.
Yeah.
What market are they going to, what new market are they carving out? It's going to be the same old. You're going to hit the same, you're going to hit the same market, the same really kind of uber PlayStation fans that really want that, and not many people else.
Yeah.
And, you could say, well, those people spend a lot on games, and they do. Like, the attach rate for games would be great for PSVR 2, but it's not going to pierce anything else that the previous one didn't do, I don't think. So, yeah, that's kind of my 2 cents. I'm still kind of like processing it all. Like, we got the news today, so there's still more information to be had, but right now it's kind of like, I'm going to wait for a price drop probably.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think especially when you consider the market of who the PSVR 2 is going towards, it's going towards us, console players, some of us that game a little more casually, right? I think if you game a little more hardcore, you're probably going to be on the PC side. And you have your Valve, what is it called? It's like a Valve something. I was looking at it earlier, but the VR system that Steam has, is over 1,000, and there's some models of the Meta Quest that are over 1,000 that spec-wise are kind of around the same ballpark, if not like more on the higher end of that. But when you consider what those do, they work with your PC, so you can do more things with it. Sure, that makes a little more sense, but for someone who, like you said, just bought a PS5 not too long ago, you already spent $500 on it, and you look at this like, I don't know if I want to spend over $1,000 on this whole thing because not only that, if you buy just the base model, $550 right there, and you buy a game with it, you're going to be over $600 at that point, and it's like,
right.
That's a hard sell. That is a hard sell. No doubt there's going to be people who are going to be picking it up, but I don't know if it's going to be as many as PlayStation hopes for. And so,
yeah, I'm not sure. They may have already announced if games such as Resident Evil 4, like if you buy the regular PS5 version, if it just works in VR for the PSVR 2. I'm not sure about that. And Resident Evil 8. I think that might be the case. That'd be, like, well, I already got this game, I can go ahead and pop it in kind of thing. Right. But yeah, just the proposition just isn't there for the value. So they've got an uphill battle, I think. Mm-hmm. They may sell all the units just because that's kind of the climate we're in, sort of like everything's selling out, all the chips, all the consoles, all the things are selling out. Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised if they sold through all of these guys. I just don't know. I don't know how the support's going to be long term. We'll see how once it gets closer to launch and more people, more media outlets get their hands on it and they say, oh well, it's actually really great. You might want to think twice about it. Mm-hmm. Right now, I'm just not impressed.
Yeah, I was also especially surprised to see that it was still tethered, which they may have said that it was going to be tethered still, but even still, I'm like, man, that's because I went and looked at one of the Meta Quests. I think it was the Quest 2 is what I looked at, and that was around 400. And it seemed pretty. I wasn't comparing the specs. It just was a pretty tantalizing offer, especially when it comes with Beat Saber. Which, let's be honest, if you're going to buy VR, that's probably the only game that a lot of us are going to play is Beat Saber. I'm sure there's going to be some of us that are more adventurous and goes and tries out some of the other games and the other offerings. But let's be honest, we're all buying VR just to play Beat Saber. Let's be honest. Let's just be honest. So yeah, time will tell. We'll see closer to launch, and we'll surely talk about it a little bit more as it comes out and we get more news. But yeah, again, dear listeners, we bring this up because we like to talk about the news every now and then. But also, what do you think about it? We did tweet this out, but not everybody's on Twitter. We totally understand that. So let us know in the comments or wherever it is you're listening to this, or let us know on Twitter, Discord, all those fancy places.